Good morning. Day 6 of our Direttissima attempt to start a Memorial Day weekend, Friday, May 26, 2023. Whew. Well, I really slept well last night. And I know I did because when I woke up, I was surprised that it was light out. Because a lot of times I'll always be checking to see if it's dawn yet. So I slept really well last night. Just a great spot up here, super peaceful, super quiet. I'm definitely surrounded by trees, but I can see the orange glow of the sun slowly making its way over from that way. Last night was great because the sun was setting this way, and it actually helped dry out a little bit of some of my stuffed sacks, just the sun coming through the tent. Everything was so wet yesterday. My gloves that I've been using are still soaked. But lucky for me, I have another pair, just another little fleece liner pair I can put on for this morning because it's 38 degrees in the tent right now, so it'll be a little chilly outside until things warm up. That's fine. One thing I didn't mention yesterday, as I was ascending South Twin and everything was very slick and slippery and wet just because of all the rain that night. I was trying to scramble up a couple big boulders, and I did take a little slip and spill, not like a fall, but a spill. But I ended up banging my upper left thigh, I guess, on a rock, and just because I was moving the whole day, it stayed loose, but it definitely tightened up on me last night when I stopped moving. So it was extremely tight, like trying to put on a pair of socks. It still is definitely sore and stiff. I must have banged it pretty good, although didn't feel it at the time. And then the only other thing I'm dealing with is from 3 weeks ago when I tried this and I bailed. Probably one of the main reasons was because my toes were really bothering me, over half of them. All of them are fine. The only one that was still like not completely healed was my left big toe, and that's been fine on the trip until last night. And I think it's just because conditions were so cold and wet, I didn't really have a chance at any point during the day to stop and let my feet air out for 5-10 minutes because it was just, the conditions weren't good for that. So when I did finally air them out when I got in the tent, the one toe was a little bit painful. Nothing like it was 3 weeks ago, much shorter, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on that. The good thing is because just the way we're set up, we can't really push. It doesn't make any sense to push today for more than the 3 bonds and get set up for Owl's Head tomorrow. I mean, even if I was motoring, there's no way I get all the way down and then like make a push for Owl's Head in one day. So we can kind of have a more leisurely pace today, which is nice. The weather should be nice enough to really like hang out on the summit for maybe all the summits for a while. Maybe not the first one, it might still be a little chilly. Maybe not West Bond, but definitely by the time we hit Bondcliff, it should be nice enough to hang out for a while, warmed up enough. And I imagine I'm gonna see a lot of people coming up the trail as I'm going down. I should do an over-under bet. How many are gonna be on their way up as I'm heading down? I'll bet you it'll be, well, this Friday, it's not Saturday, it's Friday, but still. I'm gonna go high, I'm gonna say like 35. So I'm gonna count, and if I remember, I'll let you know. Place your bets now. It's the Friday before Memorial Day. I'm going to be basically starting from the Bondcliff junction of Twinway. So there's going to be a lot of folks heading up to probably stay at the shelter or to do a loop, a Pemi loop. So how many am I going to pass going down. I'm gonna stay 35 and we'll see. That doesn't include dogs. Dogs are a side bet. So that's it. Yeah, spirits are high, morale is good. The weather yesterday, the day before yesterday, like I'd say from 2 p.m. on Friday until 4 p.m. yesterday, the weather was miserable. And then at the very end of the day yesterday, we got a little sun, which was nice. And now it looks like it's going to be nice again, which is different than when I tried this 3 weeks ago, where the weather was miserable every day. There was no sun in sight. So morale is high, spirits are high. I got spoiled. I didn't have cell service last night, and I'm pretty high up. I have to look at the elevation, but oh yeah, you get spoiled with that just to check in with Sarah. Although she sees on the inReach where I am, and I send messages on the inReach. So that is it for now. We're going to take our time getting base camp broken down. Actually going to just relax in a tent with the first cup of coffee before we even think about moving. And just enjoy this Friday morning up on the ridge. Check in later. Day 6 update. It's a chilly one this morning. It's around 7:30. We've already passed 5 hikers and 1 dog. And we're about to make the trek up to West Bond. Woo! Day 6 update. We made it to West Bond. It's a bit chilly up here. Still a lot of snow on the trail coming up. And the wind is definitely making it a little bit colder. Just a great day in the Whites. Day 6 update. We made it to Mount Bond. Still a little windy up here, but just an amazing day. Whew. Gonna check out the views for a while and then start making my way towards Bondcliff. Day 6 update. We're on the Bondcliff Ridge. We've got the whole ridge to ourselves right now. That's where we came from, Mount Bond. And we're taking this awesome trail up to Bondcliff. But the views are amazing. Franconia Ridge over there, where we were a few days ago. And Mount Washington, Mount Carrigan, and a bunch of others we're going to be hitting that we haven't gotten yet. Just incredible morning. It's like 10 o'clock. That's where we're at. We're delayering finally, and we're gonna push for the summit. What's up? Day 6 update. It's a little after 10:30 in the morning. We made it to the summit of Bondcliff. The weather is really fantastic right now. For those keeping count, we've passed 13 people so far, and it's pretty much been a mix of trail runners and backpackers. So, Washington way in the background there. Still snow. Gonna have a little snack here, and then start making my way down. But right now I have the summit to myself, so I'm gonna enjoy it. Check in later. Day 6 update. So we just took a nice long break after the long slog down from the summit of Bondcliff. Aired out the feet, had a little something to eat, and we still have a few miles to go to get to potential campsites for the night. So we're going to keep trucking. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. I forget the number I said, but I counted approximately 34 total hikers going up. There was a big wave of backpackers between like 11:30 and 12:30. So yeah, a decent amount of people going to enjoy some backpacking in the Whites Memorial Day weekend. We'll check in later once we find a site probably. What's up? Day 6 recap. I'm beat. Yeah, three more peaks today. So at the end of day 6, we've got 16 in, so I'm pretty happy with that. And tomorrow we'll go for Owl's Head. That'll be a one and done for tomorrow. So setting up camp, I actually had to put DEET on just because the mosquitoes were a bit much. So first time that for the trip, but it won't be the last, especially being camped down at lower elevation. But we're in a nice shady spot, so gonna eat and lay down and hopefully get an early start for Owl's Head tomorrow. The weather today was just amazing. It was fantastic. And it just looks like a good stretch of weather all the way through almost the end of the week as far as the forecast went, so that's great. Yeah, that's about all I have today. Really happy with the day, but yeah, always coming down from the bonds always wears me out, and today's no exception. So gonna get comfortable, hydrate, eat, and rest up. See you tomorrow for day 7, Saturday of Memorial Day weekend.